Boom.
A sapling, if you will.
I am a little sapling.
Okay, we're live.
Oh, heard some noise.
Sweet.
Alrighty, welcome.
I am a little sapling.
Oops. Welcome to super special episode of Grim Podcast: The Perilous Adventure, where we're not playing Warhammer Fantasy Roleplay. We're playing the pretty new Soulbound, also from Cubicle 7, the Age of Sigmar RPG. We are super excited. We're playing the starter set adventure called Faltering Light. And we got a whole bunch of new stuff going on.
So, yeah. Yep.
So I am Dan, your GM. If you listen to Grim Podcast Perilous Adventure, you know who I am. We got some different people sitting around the table. Looks like Charlie has glitched out, but Tim has not, sitting right next to him. So I'll go around real quick. You guys introduce yourselves. If you want to give a little information about who you're playing, you don't have to do too much at this point, just a brief overview. So we'll start with my left.
That's me. I'm Danny. And I'm playing Imren Sealgare, and she is an Ishran Tidecaster. Super exciting.
Super
I'm
exciting.
pumped.
Yeah.
Oh, man. She's like tall. I don't know why that's my thing. She's so tall.
She's what, 6'7" as an elf?
6'9".
6'9".
Yeah.
Wow.
That is
Yeah. So
hefty.
legs for days, you know?
All right. I'm Sarah, and I'm going to be playing Darok. I am, say Kurnoth?
Kurnoth.
Hunter. I'm only 12, but I'm 11 feet tall, and I definitely prefer animals over humans.
You even have a couple that live on your branches.
I'm pretty pumped about it.
Yeah.
They don't pay rent, though. It's just kind of shitty.
So for listeners that don't know, a Kurnoth hunter is basically a giant tree person.
They picture an Ent from Lord of the Rings.
Yeah.
Trinint, actually, is how it's pronounced.
Really?
Yes.
Well, all right.
That's from D&D.
I was ready to be corrected.
You learn something new every day.
Oh, I am Val Artemiris. Close enough. I am a Stormcast Eternal. I am the golden girl of this crew. I am standing at a massive 7 feet 5 inches, weighing in at 282 pounds or 127.9 kilos.
Because we understand kilos living in the States.
That's a lot of cocaine.
It's a lot. It's a lot of cocaine.
Spit take with that.
It is, some would say, copious amounts of cocaine. Biggest thing about me is I have died and been reforged about 5 times. I'm starting to lose some of my memories. And I'm just kind of not a terribly happy person anymore because of all this.
Right.
But there's one thing I love. It's fucking adventures. So here we are, and I'm ready to go.
All right, starting strong.
Yeah.
Everyone, good job. Cocaine and lots of swear words. Sweet. I am playing Zan Bamir, the Excelsior War Priest, bringer of the light of Sigmar to the darkest corners of the realms. And just a big old fan of Sigmar. On a scale of 1 to 10, Sigmar's great.
Which you have that in common with Vel, her being a Stormcast Eternal. She was forged by Sigmar and reforged 5 times now.
Mm-hmm.
So you know what it's like to go down in battle.
I've seen him go down in battle, actually.
You have seen Vel die.
Mm-hmm.
Zan has. So a little bit before we get going with the adventure itself, I want to talk a little bit about the world of Sigmar, the Age of Sigmar, and the mortal realms that we are in. For listeners that might not know, if they're new to this setting, and for people around the table that are new to this setting, the setting as a whole is still pretty new. Age of Sigmar is, I believe, 4 years old at this point, a little more than. And Soulbound only came out this past summer. So super new. The starter adventure is written awesomely that it teaches you how to play as it goes. So we'll start with some role playing, some basic tests. We'll do some basic combats, and then by the end of it, it'll be like the full thing, which is pretty cool. And it could be crazy at the end. I don't know what's going to happen. I don't think we'll get to the final part of this adventure today, but we'll see. We don't know. Never know. So the mortal realms that we're in are kind of like a loose collection of like almost like pocket universes that are kind of like flat planes. Each one, they're not like they're not like worlds in a solar system, but they exist physically near each other typically. Sometimes you can, like the sunlight basically is the realms revolving around the lore of heaven, the realm of heavens called Azir, which is where Sigmar has set up. He has that place locked down. That is his domain. That's where the Stormcasts are all created. That's where they return to when they die. And it's kind of like the sun. You can see it from all the other realms as basically a bright star in the sky. We are in the realm of Akshi, the realm of fire.
Mm.
I don't like that.
We're in the realm of fire.
Yeah.
It's okay. So we're talking about this before the game, and it's not like an elemental plane of fire.
I know.
Like we're not surrounded by fire. It is hot here. There's lots of deserts. We're in an area of actually called the Great Parch.
Mm-hmm.
Things are dry. Growing crops is difficult because of that. But the place that we're at, you will see reasons people get around that. Other realms, of course, there's like the realm of shadow and light and life and beasts and metal and all of those. The realms of light and shadow are kind of interesting because they actually just orbit each other. And depending where they are in their orbits, it determines whether it's night or day in all the other realms. Because if Ulgu, the realm of shadow, is between Hish, the realm of light, and all the other realms, then it's night. But if they're in the opposite position, then it's day, which is pretty sweet. And those are ruled by the elven gods that Imran would worship, Tyrion and Teclis and Malarian, which I believe was Malkuth's original name. I think Malkuth was a name he took. So he is now the ruler, like the god of the realm of shadow.
Very cool.
Yes. So here in the realm of fire, you are soulbound. The four of you together have basically had a calling from Sigmar or the other pantheons of order, such as Alariel for Darak, or Tyrion and Teclis for Imran. For Vel and Zahn, you guys have had the calling directly from Sigmar himself.
That's that is the twin
twin
comment.
tails, yeah.
Twin tails.
Somebody in the chat says that each realm is kind of like their own world. They have their own diverse biomes and such. Totally true. Things that you can find in the realm of fire, you might not find in other places. At this point, the game, the setting being so new, there's not a ton of information about each one, but the little bits we've got sprinkled in. The realm of fire is pretty much the most developed that I know of, but like the realm of beasts, Ghur, Ghur, I mean, it's my favorite to say, first of all, is like even the mountains will eat you.
Oh, dang.
Like everything, it's the realm of beasts. They're called orcs in this, orcs.
Yeah.
Love the realm of beasts. And like sometimes there will be just like rents in the ground will open up and there'll be like big teeth and the ground will try to eat you.
But can you like fight back and eat the ground instead?
Probably, especially if you're an orc or an ogre.
Are the Iron Jaws in this?
That's where Iron Jaws are from. Yeah, from
Really?
this setting.
Oh
Yes.
man, I love Iron Jaws so much.
Your construction worker orcs. Yeah.
Yes.
Well, not only that, but like things in the realm of fire, like there are forests.
Yes.
But they're like hot, dank, swampy like forests that you would find like in Louisiana, for instance, for if people who live in the States, stuff like that. So like every realm almost has its own ecosystem within different parts, because ultimately the realms are almost endless.
Nearly, yeah.
Yeah,
They are finite, but they are each massive.
Yeah.
One thing I really like about the setting is that each realm is kind of like a disc. And towards the center of the disc, physical laws like the laws of physics apply. It's, things are normal. As you go towards the edges, the laws of physics break down and it becomes more magical and weird stuff happens. So like you guys are all mortal, essentially. Charlie's characters, Val, not so much mortal, and that you can come back. But if you were to travel too near the edges of any realms, eventually you would just get pulled apart by magical forces and become part of the magic of the realm. And your soul would basically become part of the realm. So don't go near the edges.
Doesn't sound so terrible.
I'm sure there are reasons people go there to try to harness this power, this energy, things like that. But at this point, where we are is pretty near the center. We're in a city called Bright Spear. You have just gotten to.
Bright Spear.
Which is actually, you would know general history of this place. That Bright Spear it's a city that's been around for a long time, but it was under the hold of chaos. It was under the hold of forces of Tzeentch, the Changer of Ways, for a long time. You all know the basic history of the realms is that things were forged thousands and thousands of years ago. The setting is it's interesting that it's so new to us, but it's actually old, that there's thousands of years of history. And like there have been empires that have risen and were huge and then have fallen because of different things. There was the realm, the Age of Chaos, where the Chaos Gates opened up all over the place and the forces of chaos took over a lot of the realms. And this, especially like Akshi had a real issue with that because Akshi is very aggressive and very passionate. So chaos, especially Khorne, really went after this realm, and Bright Spear was held for a long time by the forces of chaos. It wasn't until the Age of Sigmar, which is what it's named after, where he basically started a giant crusade to take back the realms in the name of order. Bright Spear he devoted an entire storm host, they're called, of Stormcast Eternals, to retake the place. They are the Stormcast of, I lost the name. I can't find it right at this second. I'm sure we'll come across it eventually. But he sent a particular storm host to retake this place. And they're pretty neat because they actually all see the time of their own true death when they become forged. So they know when they're going to die for real, which is really interesting. And they took this place back with vengeance, and it's been in the hands of Sigmarites since then. You have been tasked with coming here to help the leader of those Stormcast. She has a job for you. You're not sure what it is yet. You are currently riding on one of the ships of the Karajan Overlords, an airship. The Karajan Overlords are Duarden, or dwarves to most people, that live in the skies. They mine what's called ether gold that they use to make their airships fly, which is super cool. They have like big balloons above powered by this ether gold so they can float around, basically. And that's one way that the city gets trade. Most cities that are settled by the forces of order have what's called a realm gate, which is like a big portal that they can transport to one place or another, sometimes on the same realm, sometimes to other realms completely. Bright Spear is unique because it doesn't have a realm gate.
Okay.
Which is interesting. It's a large city. We got thousands of people here, thousands of different peoples as well, all kinds of races. And most of the trade is done by these airships. The area of actually that we're in is very dangerous. Most of the realms are very dangerous. But here, there's like wandering tribes. There are still chaos worshippers around. There are monsters all over the place, things like this. So the fact that there's no realm gate means that they have to rely on these transports. There are also overland transports of basically giant moving castles. The only way they can survive the trek. Like you would not be able to travel from here to the next city on foot as a small group. You almost certainly would not survive. So the Karajan overlords saw the opportunity. They came here and they profit a lot.
You say that we wouldn't survive, but I mean, we have one of Sigmar's chosen and, me. So I think we'd be fine.
You could try. Hopefully you don't. But you are what remains. You are scions of what remains of the pantheon of order, driven by divine purpose. Some of you are direct representatives of the God King Sigmar, entrusted with a holy duty. Others are bound together by a powerful arcane ritual, your souls entwined for eternity. You are soul-bound, destined for the greatness or death in the war for the mortal realms. You stand on the deck of the Grund, a Karajan airship bound for the newly reclaimed city of Bright Spear. The ship pitches and sways as the wind whips past, and the Duarden crew race back and forth in preparation for landing. As you look out before you, the gleaming city of Bright Spear awaits. The city is divided in two. The spiraling lower tier is filled with a new construction built up atop ancient ruins, while above an enormous plate encircles a spire that reaches up to the heavens, the beacon of Brightspear. Around the beacon, 9 globes attached to enormous armatures slowly rotate as the great orrery follows the rotation of the 8 mortal realms. The 9th globe, representing the realm of chaos, has been shattered. Bracca Brackisdottir, the captain of the Grund, calls out her final orders as you come into land. The ship docks in a berth at the top of Highport, a huge spiraling tower that descends into one of the busiest parts of the lower tier of the city. A treacherous staircase continues downwards in great loops, and you can see other airships docked further below. As you disembark, a man clad in heavy armor and dark robes approaches you. He is close to 7 feet tall and carries an arcane-looking staff. My name is Vontus Tavaria, Knight and Cantor of the Stormcast Eternals. Lord Arcanum Salonia Gravewind has been waiting for your arrival. Without any further word, he turns and leads you to a waiting gyrocopter, a small vessel that can carry 6 passengers or so over short distances. The gyrocopter takes off with a shudder, giving you a clear view of the city. You see bustling markets, great factories, thick smoke from an enormous crematorium, an imposing fortress and prison, a great garden hanging from the upper tier, and countless other sights. At its center is the Spear of Heaven, the beacon at the heart of Brightspear. So at this point, we're going to make our first test.
Yeah.
So this is going to be a mind lore test. So when I tell you to do tests, I'm going to give you 2 numbers, one of your attributes, and a skill that you're going to roll. So this is a 4-1 mind lore test. So first thing you need to do is take a look at your mind score, which should be somewhere from between like 1 and 4.
Mm-hmm.
And then this is a lore test. So find your lore skill and see if you have any of the squares blacked in.
Yes.
Those would add any extra dice for any squares.
More.
Which I think most of you have at least something there.
I have.
Nope.
Big losers.
So the numbers I'm going to give you are the difficulty number. There'll be the complexity and the difficulty that you need to get to achieve. Sorry. So the difficulty being 4 here means you're looking for 4s at 4 or higher as a success.
Okay.
Okay.
And then 1, when I say 4-1, the 1 is how many of those you need to get to be a successful test. And if you get more successes than what I tell you, sometimes you get additional things.
Okay.
So everybody can make a 4-1 mind lore test.
Are there critical failures? Like if I roll a 1?
I don't believe so.
Okay.
I have 4 4-ups.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Wow.
Imran knows her stuff.
3.
Dark got 3.
Yes, I do.
I got the 1.
1. And Zahn.
0.
All right. So this place is new to Zahn. You don't know much about this place. Imran knows that unlike many other cities of Sigmar, the Stormcast Eternals rule Brightspear directly. They're not usually the ruling body. They are the warrior class, but this place is ruled by this Salonia Gravewing. Darek knows that this is because many of the original Conclave members were killed in an uprising called the Necroquake, which is a big event that happened to all the realms where Nagash, the Lord of Death, he's the god of the realm of death, he caused this Necroquake that made basically a bunch of undead things come to life. And there are these spirits.
Night Haunt.
Thank you. The Night Haunt broke free from all these tombs that were like long closed.
Necroquake.
The Necroquake.
Climate
Dopest.
change, man.
I mean, it's awful.
Just saying.
Yeah, you don't. Vel
it's
doesn't like
awful.
it.
No,
it's a cool story.
It sounds awesome because we got to go in there and just beat some ghosty faces in. But
Yeah.
but it's awful. No, it's the worst.
But with your 1 success, Vel, you feel like as you guys are talking about this as you're flying in the gyrocopter, Vel, and you have to bring up the fact that Tzeentch is a much greater threat than Nagash will ever be as one of the Chaos Gods.
Well, absolutely. I mean, any Chaos God will forever be the worst possible thing. And then Tzeentch, nonetheless, the god of change and trickery. I mean, it's one thing to be able to take down some type of raging, insane monster of Khorne or being seduced by some seductress of Slaanesh, but trickery, we don't even know half the time. And then they got birds. You ever seen a bird? Those birds come right at your face.
You seen a bird?
Those birds.
The colorful birds are the most terrifying thing of chaos. without question.
You know where they're going.
Yeah.
I don't know. I like them. They're up there. You know.
I see Fei Cheng in chat. So didn't that also cause magic to go crazy and made endless spells? Correct. I'd forgotten about that. So yeah, there are magical spells that rampage across the realms at times that are just like living spells.
Really?
Yes.
Yeah.
There's some
Like
awesome
a fireball
ones.
roaming around.
Yep. A fireball like Pac-Man with a big mouth that's like ow, ow, ow,
Oh,
ow.
hey, Pete.
Oh, that's rad.
Yeah,
Gigantic
actually,
teeth
I don't
just
like
flying
any
through.
of that.
What about like
Right?
a fist of,
there's some cool stuff in this.
you got like a foot of gork just stomping around like the woods and some.
So, yeah.
Oh, that's incredible.
So one of the endless spells, they have rules for one here. It's almost impossible to cast. You have to roll at least 11 6+.
On my 6
That is
dice, I
the
can do
burning head. So it's basically a giant flaming skull that just rampages around. You can summon it yourself, or they happen in the wild because of the necroquake. So thank you, Fei Cheng. So the gyrocopter lands with a bump on a raised platform in the shadow of the Spear of Heaven. The gigantic tower stretches from the storm-racked heavens above and seems to plunge all the way down to the depths of the city below. A huge fortress has been built around the spear, and a number of other Stormcast Eternals guard it. Without a word, Vontus disembarks the gyrocopter and gestures for you to follow. So I'm going to have you guys make one more mind lore test, but this time it is 6-1.
I only do 4, right? Because I only have.
Right, because your mind score.
Zahn or Vel can instead make a mind arcana or devotion test instead of lore.
Now, devotion is based off a soul, or would it still be mind?
It's still
devotion?
specified mind devotion.
I have no boxes colored in on anything you've asked me to roll yet.
You're the fighter, not the skill monkey.
I can tell.
I had one.
One.
You just wait till I get to crack some
3?
I
skulls,
did.
baby.
Yeah, 2 4s and a 6.
So Imran knows that a little bit about this area, where this used to be ruled by an empire called the Agloraxians
Ooh.
before it was controlled by chaos. So we're talking thousands of years in the past. Darek can add a little bit to that and say that those without magic suffered under the Agloraxians. They were a empire of powerful mages, and anybody that didn't have magic were like way beneath them. And they would experiment on them as the ruling class. You also know that it's rumored that many of the mages' experiments and cast-offs remain in the Undercity of Brightspear. So they might even be able to tell the others that the oldest legends speak of the Agloraxians manipulating the very forces of life and death. Darek knows her history.
I get.
Their history?
I'm
You're a tree.
I know. I don't feel like I would have a gender because I'm
Yeah.
a tree. But
Trees can be male or female.
Technically, I am a male.
Oh, okay. So Darek knows his history.
You can do they, them, though, if you want.
They, them, yeah.
Valerzan, you guys didn't make any successes there, you said?
I did not.
No.
Okay.
No.
Cool.
Well, we relay this information then.
We appreciate that. Thank you.
So
I mean,
Von,
real talk here. I have no idea what's going on. I'll figure it out.
Yeah.
so I mean, you don't really. Your character doesn't know at this point either. You came here because you were chosen as soulbound to be given a mission, and you just got into the city. We're finding a little bit more about this city. We know. So basically, there are 3 tiers. So there's like a giant tower through the middle of the city,
Yeah.
and partway up that there's a huge disc. That's the upper tier where there's a city on that, and that just spins. Below that, like at ground level, is the lower tier, which is where most people live. It's kind of like those are like up there is the noble folks and whatnot, and like where the Stormcast Eternals have their fortress and things like that. The lower tier is where everybody else is, and that extends out to just the land beyond. I believe that is the outer city.
Cool. Okay.
So you guys are up at the upper tier at this point because you're meeting with the leader of the entire place.
The high rank district.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Top tier, casual.
Hey.
And from the outer tier, we have the orrery. So that's like, have you ever seen like a solar system model
Yeah.
where they all spin around the sun? It's like that, but each one of the things represents another one of the realms around the middle.
The yellow one's the sun.
The big yellow one is the sun. So Vontus leads you to a large set of ornate double doors that adjoin the main hall. He pulls the heavy doors open and gestures you inside, but does not follow.
Oh.
The floor of the huge hall is an intricate pattern of multicolored marble tiles swirling in a sinuous design that is unsettling to the eyes. At the far end, the Lord Arcanum stands, surrounded by her advisors, listening to their counsel. But her eyes are intent on the table beside her. A dark wood frame surrounds a field of enchanted sand. As it moves and shifts, forming the shapes of Stormcast warriors in miniature as they survey the disintegrating shores. Now new figures emerge from the sand, Tzeentch demons. The Stormcast Eternals turn and give battle, the sands shifting to and fro as the combat rages on. With a concerned glance back at the sand table, the Lord Arcanum waves away her advisors and beckons you forward. Thank you for coming. The war here, it's not going well. There are agents of Tzeentch everywhere, even in some of the highest positions in the city. Our warriors are spread thin, and the city has little wealth to hire more mercenaries. But there is hope, if we believe in legends. She looks earnestly into your eyes and then continues. We believe the stories regarding the Spear of Heaven are true. I will show you, but you must swear absolute secrecy. If the agents of the chaos here learned our plan, they would do everything to stop it.
Of course. Your secrets are always safe with the likes of us.
Very good. Come with me. I have a better place to talk. And she starts heading out of the room.
I'm assuming we follow.
Do you?
Yeah. I mean,
Yes.
I will follow.
I also follow. Clank, 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 clank.
She takes out a set of ancient-looking keys and unlocks a impressive door. She opens the door to the Spear of Heaven and ushers you in. Above, suspended hundreds of feet above you, is a gigantic white crystal ball, dull and lifeless. Behold, the beacon of Brightspear. Centuries ago, it burned brightly, keeping the enemies of the city at bay and providing guidance for travelers in this realm. But, sadly, it is no more. She guides you to the railing around a central shaft that descends into darkness. Below, 1,000 feet or more, lies the most unusual realm gate. It too is dead. We are certain that the two are linked, but the best of the Collegia Arcane, the Ironweld Arsenal, and other clever folk have not made much progress. The key, we believe, is in the Undercity. Now, you wish to serve the city of Brightspear?
Of course.
Yeah.
We wish nothing more.
And solve this riddle of the beacon and the gate. Without them, we are but one battle away from losing the city again.
okay. I don't know what else to say. All right, goodbye.
Faith in Sigmar will allow us to overcome any enemy, no matter how devious.
Agreed, Sir War Priest.
Plus, we have a Stormborn here, a Stormcast, some might say. There's pretty much nothing we can't do.
I will carry the name of Sigmar. That's it.
She
With
puts a
us.
fist over her chest and she says, "Your faith inspires me."
Do you have any possible leads or suggestions on how we might begin this quest?
Yes, Tavaria will lead you down to the Realm Gate where you can get some information, hopefully. And we have contact information for a guide that can help you in the Undercity. The guide is a liar, a cheat, and a sneak, and a thief, coward. They're only human. They are also our most reliable option.
How do you know they're not already an agent of Tzeentch?
We can't be sure at this time.
I mean, Sigmar does not relent, and Sigmar does not forgive chaos its trespasses. I don't know how you would continue to trust and utilize liars or deceivers.
Unfortunately, our choices are rather thin at this time, and we have to take what we can get.
Through Sigmar's light, we will be able to determine and decipher those who we can and cannot trust.
In Sigmar's light.
In Sigmar's light.
She takes a step back and she motions for Tavaria, the Stormcast that rode with you here in the gyrocopter. And he kind of looks at you like, ugh. And he is ready to go down with you. He touches a control in this room and you hear a whirring sound from below. A few moments later, a lift rises from the empty shaft. In its center is a circular platform that remains motionless while an outer track spins, carrying itself up the walls of the shaft. Comes to stop, and the Knight Incanter motions to the characters to board the lift. He holds his hand out, kind of like, here you go.
All right.
Cool.
All aboard.
He goes on with you. I want you all to make a 4-1 soul intuition test.
No. Wait. So I only have a 1. So I mean I get to roll 1.
Yeah, if you have soul 1 and no ranks in intuition, you just roll 1 die and hope for 4 better.
4?
Yes.
Oh my God.
I got 4 successes.
Wow.
Wow.
I got 3.
Good.
I got
And
two.
Imran got 2. Dark.
No, we're gonna find out.
Oh, and I rolled a 6 of them.
4.
Oh, so you got 1.
Yep, that's
All
it.
right, so everybody's succeeded here. What'd you get there?
I got 4, but I also got a 6 if that matters.
I don't think.
Okay.
I think it's just whether it passes or not.
So I was looking at intuition. What's the other one I was supposed to look at?
Your soul.
Oh. Oh yeah, just 1.
Okay. So
So
as you guys board the lift and watching Tavaria's, let me make sure I got that name right. Tavaria had that grimace. You intuit that he doesn't like that he's here doing this job. He wants to be out on the lines fighting against the forces of Tzeentch.
Okay.
He wants to be the warrior that he is.
Right.
Instead, he feels like he's given these jobs that are kind of beneath him.
Why do you find that you feel this way when ultimately you're still doing what's important for the name of Sigmar?
You're still serving Sigmar.
Right. I mean, an honorable death will come in the name of Sigmar. So just be happy with where you are now.
We all serve in many ways.
You bring up good points. As a knight in Cantor, I feel my principal job is to be leading forces against those physical manifestations of chaos. Unfortunately, as you guys are moving down the shaft, he leans into Vel and he says, I suspect there's a traitor amidst the researchers downstairs.
Traitor.
A traitor, yes. These matters are not my specialty, so letting you know to be on the lookout.
Do you have any suspicions of who this traitor may be, or under what circumstance you would believe that there is a traitor?
There are 4 suspects. One is a boisterous fire slayer who's here as added security, unneeded. Another is the leader of the engineers down there. The one I suspect the most as a keeper of the archives, a metal battle mage. And the last you've already heard about, the guide that I recommend you hire. Could also be a traitor. I don't know.
Well, we shall sleuth this out. We will find the traitor and we will bring upon Sigmar's justice.
Very good. As I said, this isn't where I shine. So we hope that along with restoring the Realm Gate as your official duties, your secondary duties is to root out this traitor.
Sigmar would never task us with something we couldn't handle and we didn't deserve to overcome.
And remember, just because you have the dimmest light does not mean you don't shine in the eyes of Sigmar.
Thank you for that, Vel.
I'm really proud of you.
I appreciate that. So the circular lift descends into the center of a gigantic chamber. The disc comes to a rest inside a circle inscribed with dozens of magical runes. Around the circle, you see an almost upside-down orrery consisting of a set of 9 spheres. 8 of them shine with the light of a certain realm. Yellow for Shaman, the lore of metal. Purple for Shish, the lore of death. Blue for Holy Azir, the lore of heavens, and so forth. Each is semi-translucent and seems to have something within. The final sphere does not glow, but seems stuck in light. Runes around it identify it as chaos. I'm going to do one more Mind Arcana check here. This is 6-1.
Nope.
You're big loser.
1.
You got 1 there?
1.
So Dark and Imran look around this place, and your first inkling, you've experienced Realm Gates before. an orrery around this, like we saw outside the city. There's a smaller one in here. Isn't typically something we see, but the fact that they're glowing and almost look like there's something inside of it, you think this realm gate could potentially lead to any of the realms,
Ooh.
not to a predetermined place. So you can share that information if you wish.
Yeah, I'll
Yeah.
share that.
Because the other two, you guys didn't realize that you're probably just more in awe of what you saw here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Savantis steps off the lift to a busy scene. There are groups of academics, mages, engineers clustered around around tables and work areas around the chamber. In the center is a circular area with an orrery encircling it, similar to the above the city. Noticing your descent, one of the group, a tall, dark-skinned woman adorned in yellow robes of the Collegiate Arcane, turns to address you. She motions towards the contraption. An ancient realm gate, nearly forgotten. Dead, as far as we know.
Okay.
So there was at one point a realm gate here.
There still is. It's just not active. She turns to Vontus, or to Devarius. His last name is Vontus, and she says, "You may return to your post, Vontus." He kind of grimaces again, like, but doesn't move.
Oh.
She says, "I'm Kedis Armand, head of the Gold College here in Brightspear. The Lord Arcanum thinks you can help us, or what do you think?"
Well, we know we can help. That's why we were brought here.
That is correct. We are sure we can open this gate and restore the beacon to win this war.
Exactly what I wanted to hear. The first problem is getting these doors open. We've never been able to pry them open despite our best efforts. If you look around a little bit, you see this room is roughly circular, and evenly spaced around the edges are 3 massive sets of double doors. Like 20, 30 feet wide, probably 50, 60 feet tall. Huge doors. And you can see like lines in the ground that like, not like cables, but like something in the stone of the floor leading to each one from the realm gate, which looks like a huge stone archway with the orrery all above it. But if you look at the archway, you can see what looks like there are like veins of different type of stone in each, which you would all immediately recognize as what's called realm stone, or each of the realms. It's like materia in Final Fantasy VII, where raw magics of the realm can condense and become a physical thing, and each one has different properties. But the archway seems to be made up with there's realm stone from all of the realms.
Okay.
Interesting.
Which was another clue that it could be something that leads you to any realm, which obviously has huge implications.
Indeed.
Well, not only that, but this is clearly in the bottom of the city, right? Because we've traveled down. Is it in the heart of the city?
You're like
in the middle?
very center of it, yeah.
Yeah. So the possibility of getting this open is very good, but also potentially extremely bad. Because who knows what else could come through on the other side, potentially, if we don't know necessarily where this leads to.
Exactly. That's why they want to. Kedis tells you that we are trying our best, working day and night to learn how to control it, so we can be in control of what goes in and comes out instead of potentially something else.
Could I use witch sight here?
To do what?
I don't know. It says you are gifted with the ability to see the magical energy that permeates the realms. Most wizards and spell blah blah blah. To discern the patterns and modes of magical energy around you. So
Sure.
like, can I see like what? Because if each realm has its own like magical signature, then I can see if there's like a prevalence of one realm over another to know if this is at least slightly safe.
Okay. Yeah, so as a Tidecaster, Imran is your party's spellcaster. So you are the magical one. You can cast your witch sight about you. If you look around the room, you see that these giant doors have traces of ember stone through them, which is the realm stone of this realm.
Okay.
So you can see there's some kind of magical thing about these doors, which is why they cannot get them open. So they don't know what's on the other side, and they think that's the clue, the final thing to get it, so they can make this work.
Okay. How are we going to get these doors open then?
Have we tried hitting them really hard with something?
Yes. What
With
steps,
Sigmar's might, anything can open.
what
your
steps
heart
have you taken
or your
thus
head?
far to get the doors open so that we do not repeat efforts that you have made?
We've tried everything we can from this side. We've blasted it. We've cast spells at it. We've had drills of the Caradrons. We've all kinds of everything we can think of. We haven't been able to make a mark at this point, which is why we petitioned for. I can never remember the names. Too many names.
I'm gonna just walk up to the door, and I'm just gonna put my hand on it, and I'm just gonna push.
Okay.
And I'll say, through Sigmar's light. Oh, I prefer direct approaches. I am willing to listen to this door. And I'm just kind of push and see if it will just open up.
Okay. It doesn't budge at all. It's.
I'm out of options.
But at least you're willing to listen.
Oh, you didn't think of pushing it before. Goodness.
Maybe it is a pull door.
Right? Is there a push-pull sticker on it anywhere?
Have you tried asking it nicely to open?
Open sesame, please.
She just shakes her head.
That was
Okay.
my only option.
What can we do?
You guys don't have a lot of.
Does it look like there's maybe realistically, does it look like there's a keyhole? Does it look like there
No.
might be something missing from it that needs to go into it? Maybe like a sculpture, perhaps we have to build some type of Sigmar statue and the right components and then turn it to unlock it. And then maybe some guards will come out.
You can never get the head of Sigmar on.
You can never get the head of Sigmar on.
Roast
No matter how many times you crank on
One
it.
turn. God.
You got those
you-
pendants
So
for that
dumb.
reason,
Ugh.
If you're investigating the doors, you can make a 5-1 mind arcana or crafting check.
I've got neither of those.
I know, neither do I.
Oh, I did get one success though.
Sweet.
What did you say? 5?
5-1.
Nothing.
I got 2. 3. I got 3.
I'm really staring at this door.
Oh goodness. All right. So
I know, me too.
you guys all are pretty. Val pushes on it when he joked about it being pole instead. Taking a look at it, it looks like it probably opens from the other direction. Like there's no mechanism of any kind on this side. They just look like huge, smooth stone doors. So you figure it must be something on the other side of it.
Can we walk around to the other side of it?
Yeah, can we get
The room is basically a big circle with there are 3 sets of these doors evenly spaced around.
And they don't know what's on the other side or
They
anything.
don't know, and that's why they want you
That's the whole
to
point.
travel try to find what's on the other side through the Undercity.
Okay, well then let's
Let's
to the
go.
other side.
All
What are
right.
we doing here? I don't say that in character. I'm not saying a lot in character because I just feel like he wouldn't talk
I'm
very
like,
much.
Drac, again, we are here on a mission.
We're just here ruffling of
Soulbound.
leaves.
Yeah, I know. That's, I just feel like be like,
And like the chitter chatter of the squirrel in the
Yeah.
branches.
So as you guys are investigating the door, Cadus says, if you wish, there are other researchers down here you could speak with to learn what they have learned at this point.
How many of them are traitors?
Excuse me?
Maybe we don't just immediately assume everybody's a traitor.
But there is
talk.
at least one.
There is yes, we.
And many
I
suspects.
forgot what it's like to
but
be.
do
in
we
this group.
actually know that there are traitors?
My memories are slowly coming back to me of everyone just how many times I've died because you guys have accused traitors that weren't traitors that got me
Yes.
killed in the process.
It is our job to go into the places where traitors exist and spread their villainy and bring the
And
light of
we-
Sigmar to it.
And, to
and the light of
claim their
Sigmar will
souls.
guide us to those traitors. But let's ask and see what we can find before we start just cracking skulls.
Are you a traitor?
Excuse me, sir. We asked you here for help.
Yeah, let's take a moment.
Okay.
Why?
Let us.
Do we
let
need a
us
team
speak.
huddle this? Do we need to?
Let us
think
speak
we
to
need
the
a
other
huddle.
researchers and gain their knowledge and their wisdom of this before we move on.
Huddle
any further.
Agreed. I
don't
appreciate that you're
really-
here to help, but I don't appreciate these.
I don't
accusations.
appreciate that you didn't immediately answer no.
No, of course I'm not a traitor.
Thank you.
Sorry, I was taken aback by your brashness.
Well, that's what we're here for.
He brings
The armies of Zinch are outside. Like, I don't understand why you wouldn't want us to do our full job and make sure that.
Of course
can
we do.
trust
That's why we
everybody
asked you here.
All right,
Why
great.
don't you speak with Braga? I think he could
I want the
deal with you better.
foremost informant and informated person on this realm gate specifically. And where
Sure.
we need
Speak
to
with
go.
Braga Coppertoe. I'm sure he would like to.
Is he
Talk with you.
trustworthy?
He's a fire slayer. Of course he is.
Will he help me with my foot fungus?
He'd chop your foot off for you.
Copper.
So Braga stands out pretty well. He is a fire slayer, which you would all, hearing that term, they are a different group of Dwarden who pretty much live in the realm of fire. They are known for, what's the word they like?
Arms.
They have arms, yeah. They
Brand.
insert golden runes into their flesh.
Oh,
like
implants.
Like implant, or they
subdermal.
pound it in, not like a tattoo. They actually fuse
Like a-
this gold with their bodies,
like a bad piercing.
sort of.
Like
yeah.
a brand. But
You know, they leave the brand.
you
They
leave
leave
the brand in.
Women-
Yeah.
Great.
So yeah, they take what's called gold, and they fuse it with their body.
Which is slowly potentially maybe killing their god in the process.
Constantly.
Actually, everybody make a 3-1 mind lore test. Make it relatively easy.
My lord.
All right. That's the first mind
Yeah.
test I passed.
2. I got 2 successes.
5.
All right, so everybody, 5. Okay, so fire slayers. Charlie was saying something about their god. They follow the warrior god of the Dwarden, Grimnir. He was destroyed during the Age of Myth, when Sigmar was first, basically when he first discovered the realms, and most things were controlled by what are called god beasts, these giant monsters that were rampaging through the realms. And he was trying to reunite the pantheon of order. He wanted Grimnir to be the god of this realm. And Grimnir was like, well, I gotta go fight this giant lava monster first, and then I can do that. And Sigmar was like, I mean, I guess so. You're this awesome dude. And in the fight, they ended up destroying each other. So it was like this, absolutely colossal lava monster. And he died and killed it at the same time. And his body basically became gold that was spread throughout all the realms. So now the fire slayers, their sole driving purpose is to get gold, because any piece of gold can have some gold within it.
Okay.
And they take this gold and they refine it to get the gold out, and they use that gold to make these rune tattoos. And they they fuse it with their own bodies, and they believe that it gives them the power of their god. So these runes can actually make them stronger, make them tougher, can give them all kinds of magical properties. And they believe if someday they connect all of the gold back with Grimnir's people, with the Dwarden, that they will be able to bring him back. So they're always looking for gold. Fire slayers are known as mercenaries in all the realms. They only select gold as payment because there could be gold.
Okay. Urgled.
Gold.
Oh, I got urgled out of my burger today. It just sounds.
It's not your gold, it's my gold.
So the fire slayers, they all have long red beards. They all have big red mohawks. They wear no armor because the gold is there to protect them instead. Sometimes it works as like a shield of faith kind of thing. They typically wear these kind of fancy headdresses that puts their hair into a big mohawk. And there's Braga is down here with a few other fire slayers. And Tavaria told you that they're working basically as added security. They are known for being mighty opponents in battle because of their runes mostly. But he's kind of stomping around with a few others, just kind of patrolling the place. They don't seem to be doing anything with the research itself.
Okay.
Wasn't he listed as one of the guys who could potentially be a traitor?
Yes.
Okay. So double check my notes.
Yes.
I'll just charge right up to him. Dwarden!
Stormcast.
We need answers now.
Okay. What's your question?
I assume all my aggression would get me someplace with them. We are looking for a way into the lower cities,
Good.
and we have questions about this gate.
Don't we all?
Open it.
Make
Question mark?
make a 5-1 mind guile test.
Mind guile?
Guile. which is kind of like the skill for interacting with others in this
Okay.
system.
Hey, I got one.
All right. So there we go. It was like, what are they?
As I tower over him.
Yes, quite a lot.
All
We're
super tall.
Enormous.
Yeah, the Dwarden are like dwarves and other
Mine
things.
was-
So they're less than
my
5
deck
feet
was-
tall.
In the back. Just do
But
the thing.
they are thick boys.
Yes.
They're thick.
Like,
Thick and goldy.
Hey.
So he's like, well, I can't tell you much about the gate. We've been hired by the Lord Arcanum to patrol the city for threats. Just in case there's cultists or something within the walls, we are here to protect it.
Why?
How many did you get? Just the one?
Just the one.
Okay.
do you have any information about the steps that have been taken to try to open the doors?
I haven't been involved with that directly, so I can't speak on that.
Do you know what's behind the door?
No.
Do you know where the other side of the door is?
I don't understand this question.
Who do you expect to be the other traitors in the ranks of the research department?
Other traders?
Yes.
You know of traders?
Well, Zinch is everywhere. We're here to clear that out.
Unfortunately, that's true, especially in this city.
And you're effectively the head of security, right?
Of course.
So you should have the best idea of who the traitors are, unless you're a traitor yourself.
In your patrols and guard of the city, have you seen or heard of anything especially unusual?
First off, kind of puts his hand on an axe he has strapped across his back. You best mind your tongue, human. I wouldn't be here if I were a traitor.
Step in front of him a little bit with my hand on my sword. I go, I suggest you give us information if you think you know anything about a traitor. Or I'm going to put him in an even angrier mood and just say that you're the traitor, and he's going to go Kerouacking all over you in the name of Sigmar.
I'm going to have to talk with Gravewing about who she hires in the future. No, I am not a traitor, Sir War Priest.
I didn't ask if you were a traitor. I asked who the traitors were.
Do you have any inkling of possibly traitorous activity going on around here? And can you open that door?
Why are you skittering around this so much? Who are the people that we should not trust?
Unfortunately, I don't work with them directly. I don't know who's doing what over there. I don't understand what they're making or spells they're casting. I can't possibly tell you who could be a traitor. It's ridiculous. I'm here to keep us safe from outside threats, and it's starting to look like you could be that.
I don't like your tone.
I'm not a huge fan of that at all, mister. First off, we're here to help. Second off, you have traitors in your midst, and you are responsible with keeping everybody safe.
Agreed.
Is this not an important thing for you?
Yes, you're making accusations.
If you were to suspect somebody, who would it be?
I feel like somebody who's the head of security should probably know that there's a bunch of traitor activity going on around here.
That is important to know, and something I'll have to start looking into.
Start?
It's widely known. This is not.
You've been here for 2 minutes, and it's widely known.
We've met 4 people, and 3 of them have told us there's traitors amongst your ranks. How are you just hearing about this for the first time?
Speak, little man.
I need to talk to Gravewing. This is ridiculous.
Sounds like something a traitor would say.
Trying to do a job I was hired for.
And we thank you for your service. Back to my level-headed question.
Uh-oh. Oh, it's a lot darker in here.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
We'll be right back.
I know. Oh, boy.
Did we get a surge?
I don't know.
We're still rolling.
Yeah, just turn those off for some reason.
Should be fine.
No big deal.
Sorry, everyone.
What was your level-headed question?
Have you noticed any suspicious activity recently?
Just a little.
Make the same guile check.
It's mind and guile, yeah?
Yes.
And it was 5.
5-1, yeah, mind guile.
2.
All right, so as you're talking to him more respectfully, he tells you that his guards have been very successful and he keeping this place safe from any outside threats, and he's petitioned the Lord Arcanum to begin patrols in the Undercity. He says to clear out the filth that dwells beneath our feet, but she hasn't allowed that so far.
Okay.
She wants him to focus on keeping this chamber safe.
Okay.
But you can kind of tell he's restless because this is a large room, but like you could sit in one corner of it and see the whole thing and tell things are safe. Like with these doors not being able to open, the only way to get in here is from above where you came down.
Right.
So you can tell he's kind of getting restless being in here without seemingly much to do.
Okay.
Except be a traitor, obviously.
Seems like traitorous activities.
Thank you very much for the information, and we will head to the Undercity shortly, and perhaps we can speak on your behalf to get guard patrols going down there.
Sounds good to me.
Yes.
Need to clear that place out. Make the city safe as it can be.
It's a good
We'll be doing
good
your
cop,
job in
bad
the name of
cop
Sigmar, that's for
complex.
sure.
You'll be doing a job in the name of Sigmar. Why don't you talk to that weirdo engineer over there?
I'm just going with the don't accuse every person you talk to of being a traitor, because if they are a traitor, they're not going to admit to it approach.
You don't know that. Some of them might.
The dumb ones, maybe.
Like how you say some of them, like you're assuming everybody's a traitor.
Well, no one has said no yet to the question, are you a traitor? So
they
are
both
all,
have.
I enjoy the dogma, the really black and white point of view. I love it.
All right, to the engineer.
Engineer. What was his name? Did we get his name? I forgot.
The Dwarden?
Yeah.
Braga.
Braga.
Coppertoe.
That's a dumb name.
And you saw he had...
Wherever he points to the engineer, I'll just start walking, screaming, "Engineer!"
So you saw Braga has a number of runes in his chest, in his arms that you can see. He's got them down the upper arms. He had them on his chest. They kind of glow from under his beard. He seems pretty decked out. He's not like some low tier fire slayer.
Cool.
Well, yeah, the engineer. You find her pretty quickly. You find them pretty quickly. And they are working at a desk with all kinds of, like a table set up there with all kinds of esoteric machines and things that none of you have any idea what they are, because none of you are any kind of engineer archetype here. And they turn around and they introduce themselves as Ashira Khatri, the high artisan and master of the reliquaries.
Engineer.
Yes, Stormcast.
I'll just turn to the elf and go, well.
We are looking for more information that may help us with our task of opening the doors.
Oh, very good, very good. I heard that they had hired some people to do that. It's very necessary. Our research here has been stymied by these doors of all things. Make a 4-1 mind crafting, guile, or lore test.
I don't have any of those things.
I didn't get any successes.
Oh no!
What?
I got
Me
one
neither.
success.
Okay.
Nothing. Sigmar does not care about this.
2.
Sigmar wants to trade.
Machines.
All right, 2 out of 4 because it's mind. I only
Yes.
have mind, so
Yeah.
it's. I know. I know. I keep
You got
asking,
it.
but like last
That's
time,
good. That way you
Yeah.
you get it.
Did you do crafting, guile, or lore?
I don't have any.
Neither did I. I just
You have
had one
4
die.
in mind.
Yeah.
Oh wow. Okay.
I'm wicked smart.
Well, you've shown that with your rolls so far.
Yeah.
So
She's
Dark.
got extra stuff in her branches that helps
The squirrels
brain
tell
power.
me what to do. So
The squirrels that live in your branches. So Vel and Darek are able to kind of strike up a conversation. Imran is a little out of her depth here because it's all like this person works with machines, and the Deepkin. You don't know anything about me. You can't use machines underwater.
No.
So,
Not with that attitude. With Sigmar's graces, you could use machines underwater.
Darek is just personable enough to be able to talk with Ashira, and
The
do
tree.
you like my squirrels?
Yeah, she does. So you find out, she tells you that she has a collection of Agloraxian artifacts here that they've been trying to figure out how to use to potentially get these doors open or something else. There are a couple of different machines things on the table. How many successes did you have, Darek? 2?
Yeah.
And Vel, you had 1?
Yes.
Okay. So for Vel, when she's talking to you, she describes the realm gate as they understand it. So everything seems to be in order, but there's nothing to power the gate. The realm stone should be enough, but there seems to be some sort of outside catalyst that's missing to activate it. And they believe that's what's on the other side of these doors. There's something else. There must be some kind of power source on the other side of these doors to get this to work. And that's what they want you to take a look at. As they're chatting with Darek, they offer you one of these machines and to aid you.
Cool.
She has what's called a bridge caster, a slow mine, or the bore key. And she gives you your choice.
Oh, we have to choose?
You can pick one of those, yeah. The other she's still working on and wants to try to use here.
I don't know. What do you guys think?
What do they do, machine witch?
I should have just asked that question. Yeah.
So yeah, she tells you the bridge caster is, it's something, basically you wear it like a backpack. You put it on the ground, and if you successfully activate it, you'd have to make a test to be able to work it. It extends a bridge 30 feet long, 5 feet wide that you wouldn't know how to reset. You basically just leave it there.
It's one and done.
But it can make a bridge.
And
The slow mind is a handheld artifact. So it's about the size of an apple, and it just has a button. She tells you if you press it, then it activates, and from the start, so mechanically, from the start of the next round, when a creature enters the same zone as the slow mine or starts its turn there, it is stunned. At the start of each round after the first, you roll a d6. On a result of 1 or 2, it stops working, and then after a minute, it stops working regardless. You said it'll work one time unless you bring it back to me, and I can reset things that it needs.
So so again, real talk. Obviously, I don't really know a lot about this world, and I'm learning as we go.
Mhm.
What do you guys think we'll run into situations where we'd actually need a bridge?
Yes, I think it'd be probably great to be able to have a bridge on hand versus an apple with a button.
The last one is the bore key.
Okay.
So the size and shape of a handless tankard. When she tells you, you can press it against a keyhole, and it will drill through almost any material up to a foot thick. She's lost more than one of these trying to bore through these doors, and it's not working.
Straight to that. That was like, yeah, sure.
Yeah.
let's
But if
do
you
that.
come across a locked door in the Undercity, this could just open it for you.
I think that would be the best.
I don't know. I think building bridges to bring the light of Sigmar to the Undercity would be the way to go.
What if one needs to unlock a door before?
Then Sigmar will strengthen us to break down said door.
A foot in thickness. You think you could knock down a door?
Look at this. What else would you possibly need to get past the door? Why have they called us here? Because this is going to get us through those doors.
Val, what do you?
As points to
What do
Vel.
I think? I think I'm very good at breaching a door. I want to take the apple.
No!
You're just gonna take it.
And it's like, yeah, I'll take this.
Well, we can only choose one, right?
The apple's the slow mine. That's the one you want to stun things.
Sure.
Okay.
Why not?
I will take the bridge.
She was letting you have one.
No, we get
total.
one.
Oh,
have
one
both.
total.
Yeah.
That was one
Yeah.
for each of us.
No,
Okay,
no.
my bad.
No, we're gonna slow down. We're gonna slow some stuff down.
No, we should. No. This is foolish. You never know when you might need a bridge. I know I've never needed an apple.
We can address situations in the Underhive when we need a bridge, and I will guide us with Sigmar's light across any gap, because that's what Sigmar does. He bridges gaps with his light.
I don't see why you would need something to weaken a fiend when we are all that fiends have ever needed to be removed from this realm.
From your logic, we wouldn't need any of these tools.
Bridge, very specifically. I was very clear in that Anything to aid us in bringing our light to another place.
Well, I will stress this to you. If we produce a bridge, traders could also use that bridge.
We will not leave any traitors in our path.
We have to. We're not taking. We're not taking the bridge.
And I look back at Braga when I say that.
Okay, he doesn't notice. Luckily,
The engineer did specify that the bridge will have to remain intact. So
That's true. What? It's a one and done bridge.
What do you mean one and done? You can walk over a bridge several times, both there and the way back. That apple is one and done.
But we will not need to return on said bridge because we will get to the door and then we will just enter through the door.
Well, hopefully you are guided in a way that you make no mistakes and never have to backtrack.
I typically do not make mistakes. That is true.
You are very cold.
Within Sigmar's light and love, we will all be able to cross whatever problem may come, bridge or not.
You are correct, actually.
I'm pretty.
We should take the wrong item to
So do
make
you
our
want one of
triumph
these things or
significantly more
not?
important.
I'm offering you one of these ancient artifacts. Do you want one or not? I can just leave them here. That's fine with me. I'll
No,
keep
let's
researching.
take the apple because it'll make our victory even more stupendous by choosing such a stupid option.
I'm just gonna.
I will gladly give you the slow mine, and you can be on
I
your
don't
way.
want it. Give it to one of the
I will.
others.
I will take it, and I'll just look at you, be like, "Know your place," and I'll just start walking to the next location.
Well, you said that to Ashira or to
No.
Zan?
No, Zan.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I was like, whoa, why is she getting this?
No.
I apologize, Vel. Sorry.
That's all right.
We
It's okay.
encounter a locked door. We cannot
That's
break
what I'm
down.
saying.
Bet $5.
Yeah.
$5 whole
I
dollars.
might only be 12, but I know,
You know me.
but I do know this. I should have said that.
All right, so you have a slow
We
mine.
made the worst call.
So
Whether we
who's-
took the bridge or not, this was certainly worse than both of the other options.
I'm just like nobody stopped me from grabbing this.
I
like,
didn't because I don't know.
so
I would not stop a
you're taking the
stormcast.
slow mine, Vel?
no,
take
we're gonna
the
take the
door
door.
key.
We're gonna take the door.
What if I
We're gonna
did?
take the door.
Door.
The key.
The
board
key. The door.
Oh,
The
the
series
board
of
key.
doors that makes a bridge, I think, is what he meant.
So write down Bore key somewhere on your sheet where you have gear and currency on the left there. You can write Bore key, one word.
I think he's
Oh,
gonna
just
write
for
it
him.
down.
Yeah, well, Vel will be carrying it. You take the Bore. Okay, so
I hang it next to my pendant.
Ashira, who don't you trust among your team?
I trust everybody on my team. That's why I hired them. They're part of my team.
That's short-sighted and probably ignorant. You should never trust everyone completely.
Were you allowed?
That's actually not terrible advice.
Were you allowed to handpick your team?
Yes, of course. We're all part of the Ironweld arsenal.
And you've known the members of your team for some time, I assume.
Most of us attended schooling together. Yes, a few I've met since then in my work.
Is there anyone whom has been working on the doors that might ruffle your fins a little, as it were?
No, I mostly chose these people to work with me because I get along with them. I knew we were going to be down here for some time. This is not
I mean,
a simple task.
Aside from the engineers, I know that there are many cogs in this machine working.
Agreed. I mean, it's hard to get along with the fire slayers. They're so aggressive.
I agree.
We did have a moment with them.
But I very much am put at ease by their presence. I know that we are safe with them here. And I'm sure that as you explore, you'll find an answer to our plight.
We absolutely will. We will not stop until this is done. Whom do you suggest we speak with next before entering the Undercity?
Have you spoken with Kedis?
No.
Is he the traitorous guide?
So, no, Kedis is the keeper of the archives. She's the metal mage.
A mage of metal, if you will.
You did. She was the first one you spoke to down here.
Oh, she was?
That you started yelling at.
Well,
Kedis Amard.
Oh.
I think I said her name wrong before.
Oh.
But
Yellow robes.
Yes.
Okay.
Ashira points to her, and then you were like, oh, you realize you did speak to her. She is very dark skin. She has short black hair that's in like curls, and she has yellow glowing markings on her face. You were told she's a battle mage, so you know that she's got magic-y stuff going on.
Yeah.
She's a metal mage.
Respect.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Tough.
Oh, metal as in like METTLE?
No.
Oh, okay.
As in like metal, the objects. That are
Gotcha.
made of metal.
Okay.
All right.
So a trader mage.
So then we just need our guide. Yeah.
Suit up with the guide.
Are you asking about Ashira? Are you asking Ashira about this?
Yeah.
Yeah, like where is our guide?
And why is he a trader?
A guide for the Undercity?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't believe he's not here at this time. I believe you have to find him first.
Why would I have to
Useless.
find?
It's all useless down here.
We are.
He is known as I guess you could say an unsavory type, so he doesn't stay down here. I would not trust my things around him, but he does know the Undercity better
Bit of
than
a
anyone.
sweet tooth, perhaps.
Yeah, I don't like unsavory things either. They're too sweet.
Yeah. Yeah.
Enjoyment. Does enjoyment bring you pain?
No,
Okay.
I enjoy Sigmar. He brings me much light, much glory, and much happiness. It fills the cockles of my soul.
I'm glad to hear that does that for you.
Oh my goodness.
Would you like to hide the key in my branches?
No, I will be holding on to that. Thank
Let
you.
me know.
Okay. Let's do you know where we would be able to find him? Perhaps.
I don't. I've
We
been
would
down
really
here for
like to
some
get
time.
down there.
Yeah, I believe you have a not handler, but your kind of guide here is still by the gate. She points in Tavarius. The Stormcast is still standing by the lift, just kind of waiting for you guys.
All right. Let's go over to Tavarius then.
We all set here?
Yes.
I think we are ready for the Undercity, yes.
You're gonna go now?
Do you think there are other matters to which we should attend?
I feel like you should get somebody local. Help guide you.
Yeah, we would love a guide. Could you point us in the general direction where a guide would be?
Yes. We'll take the lift back up, and I will send you into the city to find one Presarium Shandos.
Fantastic. Let's haul some stuff up to get us there.
All right, so you can head back on the lift and spin your way back up.
Yes.
As we're going up, I'm gonna look at Zahn over here. I just feel like I don't trust that last one. I think she's the traitor.
I don't trust any of them.
Yeah, well, you never trust anybody.
Well,
Just for future reference, when I spoke to you about a traitor, I meant I had inklings of it. I wasn't anticipating you were going to be literally shouting it across the room.
Well,
how do you deal with traitors?
As I said, this is not my forte, so I'm deferring to your expertise in these types of matters.
Much
Not how I would have done it, but it's
like
done now.
As a vessel of Sigmar, you seem awfully passive. Awfully passive. There's a traitor in the mix that I've heard from you.
Very often, more
They
often.
could
Yes,
be
I'm
walking
aware of
around
this.
right now, traitoring. Actively.
Oh, so I'm glad you're investigating. Thank you.
All right. We need to move. I'm getting antsy.
I can tell.
Are you?
Why don't you take a salt tablet and calm down? Like, why don't you do some prayers? Why don't you talk to Sigmar?
That's a good idea.
Yeah, that's a good call. Very often, when you have an inkling, much like a babbling brook, perhaps, without warning, it can turn into a raging typhoon of water and destruction. So we take every inkling seriously here.
I do not inkle or trickle. I only flow heavily.
Emotions can get out of hand very easily. That is true. Your gyrocopter from earlier is here. We can take it to the bright markets below. This one Presarium is known to frequent places that mortals come up with. Apparently he likes to stay at the Pickled Ifrit, or possibly a place called Lowstones. lowbrow establishments serving alcohol, I assume.
What was that second one?
Low stones.
Shall we
Possessive.
split the group and we'll each head to one and look and rendezvous back?
You know that means Tim will get shot in the back with a crossbow, right?
And
Sure.
then like beaten with a club.
Not all of us have the ability to be reforged and sent back here.
All right. So all of us will go then.
Are these locations within general proximity to one another, or are they spread far apart in the city?
From here, we can view the city. I gave you guys maps.
Oh, I was like, okay.
So he takes you kind of at the edge of the upper tier at this point, looking down below, and we can see the Pickle de Frite. There's a lot of things in this city's. Where is it? Anybody finding it?
I don't care. Let's just go there.
Oh, number 63. So that's going to be...
It's under New City.
Oh, Efreet. So there's an E in front of it. I'm thinking frite as in fries. I'm just thinking pickled
I was
fries the whole
thinking
time.
fries.
a frite, like a fire elemental. Because you're in the realm.
No, they're e-frites. They're electronic French fries.
And then the other one was low stones.
That's pretty far out. Okay. This just looks like Ba Sing Se.
Kind of, with the multiple
Let's
walls.
go to the Pickle Frite first.
Okay.
We'll head there.
Low Stones is 24.
We should probably go to Lowstones first because it's closer,
Mr. Game Master,
right?
So they're pretty far from each other. You could walk from one to the other, but they're pretty far from each other in the city.
how large is a Griffhound? Did they allow it
a
inside?
large
Has it been
dog.
walking around with us?
Yeah.
Okay, great.
Forgot you had a Griffhound, but yeah, you have your little animal companion.
I didn't know if I had to leave it inside or something.
He's
No.
I didn't know you had a
my
pet.
favorite. I like him better than you.
You definitely would, yeah. So Griffhounds,
You haven't worn any opinions from me, really, in any way, shape, or form. You're a borderline door.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
To which we have a key for now.
Great.
so Griffhounds are like griffins sans wings,
Okay.
and they're about the size of a large dog. So they have the beak. They have a beak like a bird, but their body is more akin to that of a predatory cat. And they have their tails are split at the end. So
Beautiful.
they have twin tails.
Yes.
They are known for being loyal, regal beasts. They're intelligent. Not that they can like speak or anything, but like, smart, like a smart dog.
Okay.
Border collie.
Yeah.
Sure.
To the Pickle Frite.
Yes.
Alrighty. So you can take the gyrocopter. There is a dispossessed dwarf driving it. So you've seen a couple, Dwarden, not dwarfs. You've seen a couple different types of Dwarden at this point. Karajan overlords are known for their sky vessels. They're known for completely covering themselves in armor to where you can't see their face. They almost look like robots. But when you hear them talk, they sound like any other Dwarden. The Fire Slayers are kind of the opposite, where they pretty much never wear armor. They always, you can see them just fine. They are boisterous and aggressive. And then dispossessed are like the what we think of dwarves of old. They kind of dabble in everything. They're engineers. They are brewsters. They are all kinds of things. So the gyrocopter here is piloted by a dispossessed Dwarden who's just kind of wearing a green tunic, and he's you tell him take you to the Pickle de Frite, and he says he can't take you directly there, of course, being in the city, but he can take you to a landing pad not too far. He'll give you direction. Once he lands, he'll give you directions to the Pickle de Frite.
Thank you, sir.
Well, you're welcome. I'll be waiting here for you when you need to ride back up.
That's
Or to where you
that's
need
kind
it.
of Dwarden I prefer.
Yes.
Yes.
So you make your way to the Pickle de Frite. Not too difficult to find here in the new city. It's called that because these things are new. We can see on the map it's very ordered.
Mm-hmm.
We have very straight, narrow, not straight and narrow, but straight alleys and avenues and streets, and it's very grid-like at this point. And the Pickle de Frite is a dining establishment in one of the residential districts of the new city. You see a low stone building recovered from the ruins. but sports new furniture, glassware, and other accoutrements, thanks to the owner coming out ahead in a bet.
Oh, that's fun.
So as you guys approach the place, a small human child comes up to Dark and says, "Me bunny's been caught in the tree.
Excuse me.
Over there." And they point and you see a big red tree with red leaves. "Can you get my bunny down?"
How'd your bunny get in the
Yeah.
tree?
Sure.
Please.
Absolutely. Absolutely. By Sigmar's grace, we will get your bunny down from that tree.
Oh, great.
I can assist.
I don't.
Okay. So you can head over it's like over 10 feet up in this tree. This is like a white furred rabbit.
Do I just...
You can reach it super easy.
I'll just take it and grab it.
Okay.
Here you go, child.
And the rabbit comes to you because,
I love you, rabbit.
yeah.
You give it a little bit of pets.
And the kid says, "Thanks," and holds the rabbit and runs away.
And we
Don't.
just got robbed.
Trust.
I don't.
All of your
That
drops
kid
are
was a
gone.
traitor.
Yeah.
No, absolutely not.
That
I
kid
was once an
totally
ignored
unfair.
child in the streets. Sometimes they just need a little bit of help.
Did
Yikes.
I make a mistake?
Well, I mean, you were born a tree, so after that, as a Sigmar, are you?
You rescued
Necessarily.
that animal admirably. I am sure that child is less miserable now.
Fuck you, Val. I did a good thing.
Well, you are always surprising me with your thoughts. So, to the pickle.
Alrighty, you can head into the pickled Ifrit. We'll assume that Tavarius gave you a general description of this person. They are human. They are kind of a slight figure, short, dark hair. They are thin. He kind of gives you very vague descriptions, as if he doesn't know how to describe a human anymore. He does tell you he has a couple scars on his face, and he tells you he's very seedy looking.
I will just start screaming out the descriptions that we were told in the pickled Freet. Not remembering what his name is, but just constantly just screaming the thing of.
So a well-dressed maitre d' comes up to you and says, excuse me, this is a fine establishment. Can you please stop shouting? Please?
I'll speak to the maitre d'. We are looking for a gentleman who goes by Presarium Shandos.
Oh, yes, Presarium. He frequents here. He's been here recently this week, but I have not seen him today. You might want to check Lowstones. I understand that he likes that place as well.
Delightful. Thank you very much
You're
for
welcome.
your assistance.
Is he seedy?
I'd rather not speak of patrons in this way.
That's a confirmation.
Yeah. Let's roll out into the gyrocopter and go to the other place. I don't trust these people.
Like I said before, you can walk to the other one. Lowstone is a tavern and a hostel. This place it's near the high port, so it's closer to where you landed. You don't have to ride to another spot, but it'll take you probably 15 minutes to walk over there. As you head this way, you can see that this isn't the new city anymore. This is more of the buildings are still ruined than not in this area of the city. You see, they're still recovering from being overrun by chaos and from the necro quake. But it's still, people are living here as best they can. And Lowstones is kind of more of where you'd expect to find somebody of this description. It's a much more rundown area than the last one. If you head in, it's a tavern, and you can see there is another dispossessed Dwarden behind the bar. And he kind of nods to you as you come in, and he says, "Welcome."
Thank you.
Can I help you? Not every day we get
We're here
one such as
looking.
you.
We're here looking for an individual, and I'll just start screaming again the descriptions that I need.
So pretty obviously you see a dude when you come in and start yelling this stuff out, and he just jumps up from his chair and he's like, huh, and he totally matches the description of you, and he bolts for a back door.
Oh, I'm. This is my moment in time. I'm just hauling ass after him.
Same.
All right, so make a 4-1 body athletics check.
He's supposed to be our guide. Why are we attacking him?
We're not attacking him, but
We're apprehending
he's
him.
running away.
He's trying to grab him, yeah.
Did you
Oh,
say
this is an
4?
opposed check, so I actually have to make a roll as well. 4-1.
I got 3 successes.
Oh, I got 2, so you beat me. So as he's like scrambling out a back door, you grab him like by the back collar, and you can just like pick him up with one arm.
Yeah. Why do you run?
Typically, when somebody starts yelling, describing you like this, it's not a good thing.
I only describe things by yelling, and very few people run.
What?
That's actually very
What did I do? What do you need?
Are you Presarium Shandos?
You already kind of knew that, yeah.
You are to be our guide in the Undercity.
You don't have a choice at this point. You ran. It's
Oh,
either
wait.
that or we assume you're a traitor.
Wait, what?
Yep.
Guide to the Undercity.
Come with us, and I'll just start walking as I'm dragging it
can you
behind us.
just tell me why we're going to the Undercity?
We are trying to open the doors in an attempt to open the gate and turn on the beacon.
Oh, we're trying to turn on the beacon.
Yes.
Oh, that sounds amazing. Yeah. Would you mind putting me down,
No.
Stormcast? I
You
will
ran.
gladly help you to turn on the
you
beacon.
Ran. You ran.
Well,
I
sorry,
don't trust
you start. Not every day 4 giant people come in yelling you.
I'm not that giant. I'm just
Still
regular
that-
tall.
Of
You're
Oversized.
still much bigger than I am.
Well,
So as you guys are talking to him, anybody can make a mind guile or a soul intimidation check. 4-1 again.
Wow, I got 3.
I got 1 on intimidation.
Okay.
I don't feel like I'm very intimidating.
Um,
I got a 2 out of 4 though.
Okay.
so very specifically, I have this talent called Intimidating Manner.
Ooh.
People tend to not mess with you due to your intimidating manner. You have
the
advantage on a opposed test to threaten, intimidate, cajole. I don't know what that means. Cajole, and start arguments with others. Additionally, people often leave you alone.
Oh, you're already role playing that anyway.
Yeah,
Arguing with
that's
others.
Sweet. So, what's advantage?
So this isn't an opposed test. So advantage in this, I believe, counts the difficulty 1 lower, or you get a free success or something like that.
Okay.
I can't remember exactly. I got to find that somewhere. Maybe a viewer can let us know.
And what was the target?
4-1.
Okay, 4 successes.
Wow. Okay. Yeah, you really intimidate him.
He said that he would do it.
So you were trying, kind of like good cop, bad cop here. 2 of you did intimidate, 2 of you did guile. Clearly, he's connecting more with the elf and the tree person, because the other guy, you 2 Sigma Rights, are just kind of yelling at him. Thank you. Zed Turtle said it. Difficulty is 1 lower for an opposed test if you have advantage.
Oh,
So it'd be 3-1 instead of 4-1. But this wasn't an opposed test
thank you,
in this
Zed.
case. So as you're talking to him, he kind of calms down a little bit and realizes he's not really in trouble. He's glad to help. He's even boasts a little bit. No one knows the Undercity better than I do.
We have heard that is an area of expertise that you have.
Why do you know the Undercity better than anybody else? Did you kill the rest of the people that knew it as well as you?
No,
Did you traitor them?
I don't know if you understand this, but the city was under control by the forces of chaos for a long time, especially
Yes.
the god of change, apparently. So
Vile.
long that the Undercity shifts and changes without warning. There's no maps in the Undercity because they wouldn't matter in a week.
Interesting.
I've spent a lot of I try not to go down there anymore, but I have spent a lot of time down there to where I not that I understand the changes, but I can find my way better than most. I don't know if it's from the Agloraxians and their enchantments or from the Changer of Ways himself, but it's so easy to get lost down there. It's crazy.
I lean in real close and I smell him just like a. You have the stench of Zinch and change about you.
That's
What?
okay.
What?
Let's not accuse until we have.
He steeps himself and
I understand that he steeps. He's
If I do,
steeping
it's probably
right
because
now.
I've spent a lot of time down there, and it does change a lot. But having the 4 of you, I would go back down again. There's dangerous things down there as well. I too many things almost killed me. But with you 4, I think I could do it one more time if it's to help relight the beacon.
We will tell you this: we have no bridge.
Oh, okay. We'll just go around things then, I guess.
would you find would you find a portable bridge incredibly useful in the Undercity?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I think
Did
so
you
too.
have an option to get one of those?
Or what about a
Yeah.
mechanism with which one could open any locked door?
Oh my gosh, that sounds amazing. You have one of those?
We do.
Perhaps we may have something. Maybe we don't just go around spouting that we have these things.
If he is to be an effective guide, then he must know what tools he's working with.
I'm the only tool he needs.
Agreed. Yeah, being able to unlock any door, we should be able to get just about anywhere down there. I mean, a bridge certainly would make things easier, but a locked door, some of those you can't open physically.
Well, that's a test I'm willing to try.
Yeah, I disagree. Through Sigmar, you can open any door through might.
What about an apple?
All right, moving
I like
on.
apples.
I don't want to ever talk about that apple again.
So before we go, there's one thing I need to go to my apartment and get.
What?
Really?
May I ask what you are needing?
Why do you need that?
Well, I got to get Blinky.
What's that?
Is this some sort of bomb or treacherous instrument?
No. Blinky's my pet, my story.
What's my story?
You have a pet.
Let me tell you my story.
Everyone make a 3-1 mind, probably lore.
Beast handling?
Is that a thing?
Yeah.
Yeah, if you have it, beast handling or lore.
I don't.
I don't know these skills yet.
Finally,
Did you
I
say-
have.
Do you have beast handling?
I do.
Yeah, you can do a mind
do.
beast handling.
So
All
I
right.
need 5, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
5.
You made all
No.
5? Oh, you haven't rolled them yet.
I made 3.
You're just happy to roll 5 dice,
Yes,
I made 100% of my rolls.
which was 1.
1.
I have 3 out of 5.
Did you say 3?
Okay. Yeah.
I made 2.
Okay, so everybody knows, you've heard of stories before. They're kind of not super commonplace, but they're in all the different realms. We would equate it to like a small, kind of like a ferret. So how they describe
Like a
it.
ferret.
It is a blue otter-like creature whose fur pattern changes with the stars above.
Oh my God.
They're super cute. They look like an otter. They are like dark blue, and you see like the stars. They show what stars are above, and they actually glow with light. They're really cool.
Okay, let's
Do
go
they
get
hold
Blinky.
hands when they sleep?
And break clams on themselves.
That's probably where the smell of zinch is all over this guy's clothes. Is from that.
Is
I mean,
your
it could be.
residence, in a proximal location to this establishment?
It's not too far. I can run there and grab him quick.
No,
I
we'll
don't-
go with you. We'll escort you for your safety.
I mean, that's fine too. Yeah. Okay.
You did, however, try to run.
But yeah, you scared me.
Yeah, but I'm gonna have to tether you to him.
I'd rather not do that.
Too bad. And I'm just gonna take my rope out and I'm gonna tie.
This is a free. He doesn't like try to stop you. But he's like, this is a free city of Sigmar.
yeah, and I'm gonna like tie around your wrist and tie around his wrist and be like, you try to run again. He's gonna deal with you.
I mean, I already
instead.
said I would help you, but okay, if that's what you have to do,
Yeah,
yeah, let's
that's
go
what I
this way.
Consider yourself safer that you are now bound to me.
Jeez. All right, so he heads you to his apartment, leads you to his apartment. It's not too far, a couple blocks on the way. And while you are heading that way, a little girl comes up to Vel, and she holds up a doll painted. It looks like a Stormcast in the golden and blue armor, just like you.
Aw.
And they just like start talking so fast and like little kid, you can't quite understand them. And she like grabs onto your leg and just like hugs you as you're walking, and like she's crying. She's so happy to see a Stormcast.
That's
I'll just
adorable.
pat it. Yes, and pat it on its head.
And you're what, 7'5"?
Yeah.
So
it's
like
hugging
this little
my-
girl
it's
doesn't
hugging
even
my
reach your
ankle.
knee. Yeah.
It's like hugging my ankle. I'm just pat her. Yes, that's nice.
And then
I'll sign her doll.
which she's
Right across
super
the
excited
face.
about. And then a parent like runs over and pulls the kid off of you, and she's like, I'm so sorry, but thank you so much
You're-
for your service. Thank you.
You're very welcome. Sigmar's Light.
Sigmar's Light. So you get to Presarium's apartment before long. It's a pretty nondescript place. He just opens the door, and Blinky pops out and jumps up and like rests on his shoulder. And it's really cute. It's like a little dark blue. It's a little bit smaller than an otter in real life.
Just stare at it. I love you.
And it like squeaks back at you like, "Meow." Like you guys already have a connection. And he's like, this is Blinky. He'll help light our way. It's real dark down there. Do you guys have sources of light?
Do
You
I?
can check your gear if you have anything.
Oh, I have an owl.
You have an owl and a squirrel in your branches.
I
Yeah.
didn't see the
So
owl.
fun.
Imrin, you would know that you can cast ghost light and make magical light for everybody to see by if you
I do.
would
have
just
those.
use that.
Yeah.
Nope, I just.
What is
Just have a long
Aqua?
Oh, Aqua Gyranus is really interesting. I was going to talk about this in the intro and I forgot in all the excitement. I kind of like how they do this. It's kind of like a healing potion and currency at the same time. So you have to balance using it to heal or use it to buy stuff. So you have it measured in drops, phials, or spheres. So a drop is a single drop of the liquid. If you were to drink it, it would heal you 1 toughness damage. A phial is like a vial of 10 drops. If you drink that, it heals 10 toughness and cures you of 1 condition. And a sphere is a glass sphere that holds 100 drops. And if you were to drink it, it would completely heal you of your toughness, any conditions, and heal 1 wound.
Cool.
But it's also currency, so you can use them to buy stuff. All of you have in your gear, and currency has listed a little bit. The more gear you have, the fewer drops you started with.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
To the lower levels, we have a door to open and find a trader.
A trader?
I still believe it's the small fireman. I don't like him.
Fireman. Okay. So you ready? You just want to go now?
Yes.
Okay.
That was. Yeah, I thought that was very clear. Yeah, I was not sure why you're not understanding. Let's go.
Oh, okay. We can walk to the opening from here then.
Fantastic.
It's in the lower tier.
Onward in the name of Sigmar.
Yeah, sure. In the name of Sigmar. Yeah.
I want to hear you say it though.
I just did.
Like
the name
louder.
of Sigmar.
Maybe proclaim it.
The name of Sigmar.
Thank you.
Sigmar. That's his name.
With more feeling, vindication.
In the name of Sigmar.
There you go.
You'll get there.
Sure.
If you
Stay
don't-
close to me. You'll get there.
If you don't say it better next time, I'm going to start shortening the rope. You're still tethered, dude.
Yeah.
You're still tethered. Yeah. Let's just start shortening up the rope.
Just trying to help you guys.
Yeah. Well, good.